Hello everyone, welcome to the midterm exam presentation of the operating system course on basic commands and file system on the Linux operating system. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Lyvia Valentina with NIM 09031283288080 from Regular Information System Class C. With lecture Navigasi as command code. In this video, we will learn about basic Linux command like file management, permissions, symbolic links, and Emacs. By the end of this video, we will have a deep understanding of how to manage files and directories in Linux. So let's get started. First, what is an operating system? Operating system, or OS, is the core software that manages the hardware and software on a computer or other electronic device. Its main function is an intermediary between user, application, and hardware, ensuring that all components function properly and in a coordinated manner. For example, of operating system is Windows, Linux, iOS, Android, and etc. And then, what is Linux? Linux is an open source operating system based on the Linux kernel. This kernel was first developed by Linus Torvalds in 1991. Linux is known for its flexibility, security, and ability to be modified as needed. Linux is distributed freely and its source code is open to the public, so anyone can modify and redistribute it. Next, let's get practice about basic commands and file system in Linux operating system. The first is directory structure. The first question is create a main directory name _nama in directory home mahasiswa. First, we create a home directory to store the student the mahasiswa directory structure using mkdir home. Then, we enter the home directory to continue creating a directory using cd home. And then, next, we create a mahasiswa directory in home mkdir student. And then, we enter the mahasiswa directory to create an individual mahasiswa directory using cd mahasiswa. And then we create a directory with format nim_nama for student identification using mkdir in this situation I use mkdir 09031282328080 Lyvia Valentina. And then we enter the directory nim_nama. And the purpose of this command is to create an organized directory structure like home/mahasiswa/nim_nama to facilitate a file management based on mahasiswa identity. And then we create and the second question is inside the directory create three subdirectories such as document, code, and archive. And then first we enter the directory using cd home/mahasiswa/nim_nama, and then we create three subdirectories using mkdir space document space code space rc, and then we enter that so that we can down to create three subdirectories such as document, code, and archive in directory nim_nama. And the third question is display the directory structure results using the appropriate command. I use ls-r home command to display the directory structure recursively, starting from the home directory. The results show the home directory contain the mahasiswa directory, and then the mahasiswa directory contain the directory nim_nama. such as 090312823288080 / Lyvia Valentina. And the directory name _ nama has 3 subdirectories such as archive, document, and codes. And the purpose of this command is to verify the directory structure that has been created, ensuring all directories and subdirectories are arranged correctly. And next is file manipulation. And the first question is, we create a file named identitas.txt in the document directory containing the following information like nama, nama, name, and prodi. First, and the command. First, we enter the directory name _ nama using cd home/mahasiswa/name _ nama, and then we use echo command, echo a command to create an identitas.txt file in the document directory and fill it with formatted text like such as nama, Lyvia Valentina, name 090312823288080, prodi sistem informasi. And next is command chart to display the content of identitas.txt document, identitas.txt file to verify the data has been saved correctly. And the purpose of this command is to create an identitas file containing student information such as name, and study program for documentation or administration purpose. And the second question is, copy the identitas.txt file into the archive directory and rename it to identitas_backup.txt. First, we enter the cp command used to copy the identitas.txt file from the document directory to archive directory with a new name, identitas_backup.txt. And then after that we using chart command to display the content of the identitas_backup.txt identitas_backup.txt file to ensure that the file has been successfully copied and contains the same information as the original file. And the purpose of this command is to create a backup copy of the identitas file for backup or archival purpose, ensuring data remains safe if the original file is delayed or corrupted. And the third question of file manipulation is move the identitas.txt file to the code directory. First, we type mv document/identitas.txt code to move the identitas.txt file from document directory to the code directory. And then we type chart code/identitas.txt to display the content of identitas.txt from code directory. And the content is nama is Lyvia Valentina, name 090312823288080, and prodi is sistem informasi. And the third question is display the content. And then the fourth question is display the content of the identitas_backup.txt file using the appropriate command. I use chart archive directory /name file is identitas_backup.txt, and then it display the content of identitas_backup.txt file from archive directory. And display content nama is Lyvia Valentina, name, and prodi sistem informasi. And next is access permission setting. And the first question is give the file owner access right to read and write. Meanwhile, the group may only read and other users may not access identitas_backup.txt. First, we type ls strip l arsip to display the file permission before they were changed. And then we type chmod 640 arsip /identitas_backup.txt as file name to change the owner access. So that owner only can do read and write, and the group only can read, and other users may not have access to identitas_backup.txt file. And then we display the access using ls strip l arsip _identitas_backup.txt. Next is, and the second question is change ownership of the identitas_backup.txt file to be owned by the root user and the staff group. First we type sudo count root staff arsip /identitas_backup.txt. This command changes the ownership of the file to root as the owner and staff as the group, and then in the group. And sudo is used because changing ownership require administrative privilege. New ownership is owner is equal root and group equal staff. And then we type ls strip l arsip /identitas_backup.txt to see the ownership of this file. And the purpose of this command is increase security and administrative control over the file. And then the third question is show file access permission and ownership information after changes are made. Using ls strip l arsip /identitas_backup.txt to see the access permission of this file, and then the output is read, write, read, and root staff for access permission to this file. And then symbolic link. And the first question is create a file name referensi_name.txt containing the text. Ini adalah dokumentasi sistem operasi milik nama mahasiswa dengan name nama mahasiswa. Using echo text we wanna contain in this and the text we wanna contain on this file, and then we type the name of file. Like referensi_090312823288080.txt, and then we type chat referensi_090312823288080.txt to display the content of the file to verify. And then the second question is create a symbolic link to referensi_name.txt with a name shortcut _name.txt. Using ln strip s reference. I use ln strip s and then the file name referensi_090312823288080.txt, and then shortcut. And the file and then the name file of shortcut is shortcut _090312823288080.txt. And third question is display a list of files in directory along with their attribute information to verify that the link has been created. I using ls strip L to display a list of files in the directory to verify that the link has been created. And then the fourth question is change the content of the reference underscore name. And the fourth question is change content of the reference underscore name.txt file to dokumentasi telah diperbarui oleh nama mahasiswa. I using echo content of the file, and then I type, and then file name is reference underscore 090312832880x0.txt, and then I using chat file name is reference underscore 090312832880x0.txt to display the content of this to display the content of the file. And then the fifth question is show the content of shortcut underscore name.txt and what happened, and explain it. I using shortcut file name and file name of shortcut is shortcut underscore 090312832880x0.txt, and then the file display dokumentasi telah diperbarui oleh Lyvia Valentina. The contents of shortcut underscore name.txt will follow file reference underscore name.txt. It's because shortcut underscore name.txt is a symbolic link that only refers to the original file. Is reference underscore name.txt. So changes to the original file are also automatically visible when accessing the symbolic link. And then is user marks or UMarks. First question is check the default UMarks of the directory. I using a UMarks command to see the default UMarks, and the UMarks default of this directory is 0002. And the second question is change the UMarks to 027 and create a new file called data underscore name.txt. I using UMarks 027 to change the UMarks and touch data and touch file a new file name is data underscore 090312832800.txt, and then I using UMarks to display the UMarks that has been changed, and then UMarks display is 0027. And the third question is display the access permission of the data underscore name.txt file after it is created. I using ls min L file name is data underscore 090312832800.txt to display the access permission of the data underscore name.txt file. It's display that access permission is user only can read and write, and group has only access to read, but others don't have access to this file. And the fourth and the last question is explain how changing the UMarks affects the access permission of newly created file. The UMarks or user marks determines the default permission for newly created files and directories. the UMAX value reduces the default permission. For files, the default permission are 666, or read, write, read, write, read, write. And for directories, the default permission are 777, read, write, execute, read, write, execute, and read, write, execute. If UMAX is changed to 0 to 7, the permissions of the new file equals 666 minus 0 to 7 equals 0 and equals 640. That the access permission is user can read and write, group only can read, but other don't have access permission to this one. By changing the UMAX, you control the access permission of the new file. For example, a UMAX of 0 to 7 restrict access to group read only and others no access, increasing security. And then the summary of this presentation explain important aspects of Linux operating system administration, including managing directories and files using commands such as mkdir, cp, mv, and chow, setting permission with chmod and count allows you to restrict access to owner, group, and other, increasing system security. Symbolic links created with ln-s allow you to create pointers to the original file, so that changes to the original file are automatically reflected in the link. UMAX is used to determine the default permission of new files and directories. We're changing the UMAX, for example, to 0 to 7 affects the permission of newly created files. Overall, an understanding of basic Linux command and concepts such as permission, symbolic link, and UMAX is essential for effective and secure system administration. And that's all my presentation. Thank you.